Right, just wanted to go through a little bit of exercises about the Dan Chi Sau exercise, single hand Chi Sau. Now, most people are well familiar with the exercise. The recent video by Nemo on the Pangaea Hong Kong site is a really good introduction to Chi Sau, so I'm not going to talk about any of those basics. What I'm going to talk about is the missing component from most people's Dan Chi Sau, which is the ability to maintain attacking intent with Bong Sau. Bong Sau, for most people in most Wing Chun, is seen as a very defensive tool, because how they use it is from Chi Sau to get their strike deflected, get their arms to just go floppy and relax, and then they will normally sort of catch and collapse the arm as the punch comes in to accommodate for the force coming in. So in that way, Bong Sau can only really be catching the person's punch, and therefore Mark feels quite comfortable as he's doing that in executing that force. So initially let's talk about just the simple circular structures that make it work. Right. So as I've gone through with my strike here, in this position, what I've presented to my partner is basically the flat area of my Bong Sau structure. So it's really easy for Mark to apply force on that to collapse and attack this position. So what I've got to do immediately, as soon as I feel that my strike has failed to get through, is I have to allow my arm structure to slightly rotate to tip from here into pointing just slightly to get my elbow intent attacking into his structure. Okay? So with a big circle, it's a fairly big movement, but with my arm, you won't see a huge amount of difference. Okay? What this means now is that my elbow is continuing to point towards Mark, so as he then tries to apply the strike forwards, he's having to be redirected off of my structure. Okay? So I'm in a dominant position. Okay? So it's easy to talk about, and people look at that and often still don't get it. So especially when you're dealing with beginner students, you often need a little bit of a practical type of application to be able to get into people's heads, because dealing with the abstract concepts of Chi Sau is fairly difficult. So a simple exercise I do to develop this idea that the elbow continues to attack is as such. So the person is up with their hands in like an open position here, and what I'm going to do is just step and punch. Okay, just don't worry defending it just yet. I'm just going to just step and punch. Okay, just to get. I'm not trying to hurt him or anything. I'm just stepping into my range to deliver a strike. And then as I'm doing that, when he wants to, Mark can defend my arm. Right, and as he does that, I'm just going to continue to go forward to attack with my elbow. Alright, so it's a simple application of Bong Sau. Alright, but I think this demonstrates the way the arm works in Chi Sau. So if we look at from in Chi Sau here, my goal is to go forwards and attack with this. If I'm doing my Tan Sau to arm strike well, it will be difficult for him to defend anyway. But if I fail to strike with my hand, then my elbow intent is still there. In Chi Sau, I don't follow through to attack, but the intent remains the same. So I'm still attacking at that position. So as soon as he tries to apply force against me, he's having to be redirected off of my strong structure. So this defensive movement is thereby still attacking him.